It's very good to have you join us. Now let's begin with some investment news. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has assured the business community of his government's commitment to policy consistency and a better business climate to attract investment. The president stated this while receiving the delegation of the Shell Petroleum Development Company (SPDC) led by the Global Upstream Director Zoe Yuchnovich at the State House, Abuja. President Tinubu, while welcoming the SPDC's offer for more investments in the Nigerian oil and gas sector, adding that such investments are needed now more than ever to enable the government to meet its obligation. President Tinubu reiterated that Nigeria is ready for business, assuring the Shell management and other investors of his administration's willingness to maintain an open-door policy and address their concerns. The president also assured that his government was removing all forms of bottlenecks in order to ensure Nigeria becomes an attractive investment destination. The Bank of America says as Nigeria undergoes reforms, the market has responded positively with Nigeria's bonds outperforming peer countries. The country's current spread came in tighter than Angola, Egypt and Kenya for 5-year, 10-year and 30-year, which made the country's rating reflect B higher than the actual rating of B-. In November last year, Fitch downgraded the country's credit rating to B- due to the continued deterioration of the fiscal and debt position despite the elevated oil prices. Not quite long after Moody followed suit, the Bank of America says it expects a likely upgrade of the country's rating considering the performance of the market and key policy reforms. However, the debt position and debt servicing might hinder the desired upgrade, as total public debt is expected to climb to around 81 trillion naira as of June 2023, and debt servicing continues to rise. Also, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has revealed that banks' total assets from April 2022 to April 2023 rose by 16.65 trillion naira, representing a 25.88%, adding that industry credit also increased by 4.54 trillion naira during the period under review. The Deputy Governor of Financial System Stability of the CBN, Aisha Ahmed, and a member of the Monetary Policy Committee of the CBN, Adeola Adenikinju, who stated this, added that non-performing loans ratio declined to 4.4% in April 2023 from 4.5% in March 2022, which is further below the regulatory benchmark of 5%. Industry credit increased by 4.54 trillion naira between end of April 2022 and end of April 2023. Gross credit has been on an upwards trajectory since 2019. Total industry deposits increased by 8.84 trillion naira between the end of April 2022 and April 2023. He added that the stress test conducted on the industry showed that it can weather the major risk and vulnerabilities in the system. Let's now see how much the naira is exchanging for other currencies. Still talking money, the foreign exchange segment of the economy was marked by a downgrade trend in the first half of the year 2023, reflected in the 35% year-on-year decline in the volume of dollars traded in the investors and exporters window, and 81% year-on-year depreciation of the value of Naira, as well as a 7.7% decline in the nation's external reserves. Data from FMDQ shows that turnover in the INE window fell to $13.11 billion in the first half of the year from $20.23 billion in the first half of 2022. However, financial findings in the transactions data shows that quarter-on-quarter turnover increased by 1.07% to $6.59 billion in the second quarter of 2023 from $6.52 billion in the first quarter of 2023. But month-on-month turnover declined by 3.5% to $2.64 billion in June from $2.55 billion in May. Consequently, and following the measures introduced by the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) on June 14, 2023, Naira depreciated in the INE window year-on-year by 81% to 769 Naira 25 kobo per dollar on June 30th, 2023 from 425 Naira 5 kobo per dollar a year ago. Now, a survey conducted by our business desk indicates that high cost of animals is a major factor affecting buying of the animals. Now, how will this affect the tanning industry? What will be the market outlook for hides and skin in the country? Joining me via phone is a tanner from Kano, Bashir Muhammad Dankulu. You're welcome to Business Express.
Okay, welcome. How are you?
Well, I'm doing good. And you?
Thank you.
And Kano this morning?
Morning.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's start. Well, let's begin by you telling us about the hide and skin market now that the Salah festivity is out of the way.
Okay, well, now we are said okay, and the business, for the last 2 years, we have a problem, especially when the COVID-19 pandemic happened. So the business is more difficult. Some of the buying in Europe, the market is very low, and for now, when the something starts to stabilize, for the last year, this Ukraine invasion of Ukraine by USA, by Russia, is affecting business again. The business has become more difficult in Europe. But now, what we are seeing, something is changing. From the last month to date, we are seeing so much changes for the market. Some of the factory which already closed, now they start open the resume of the market as like before.
So this year, I mean, or will I say, after this Salah celebrations, how has it been your supply? How has it been?
Yes, exactly. The supply is still there because we're already now in the business. But what I've seen, the material is not to be available like last year because due of the problem of high cost of living, lack of found will affect the availability of raw material because some of the goods are coming from our rural population. So most of the people now prioritizing food production rather than ragged. So slaughtering is very less compared for last year. My company, Kano Tannery, we almost buy 2 million pieces of 1.5 million pieces of sheepskin, which will be 9 million square foot, and we buy 500,000 of goat skin, which would be 2 million square foot. But I don't think this year we can make this margin because of this problem what I mentioned before.
So how do we boost production of this to meet up the supply of the hide and skin? How do we boost it? What do we need to do?
No,
But
what?
and considering the fact that now we have a new administration, what would you like to see done to the tanning industry?
Yes, well, what I'm saying always, I'm asking about that situation is affected all the tannery, especially in Kano, this lack of pounds and this problem of businesses for abroad is affected our production. We cannot get much raw material as like before. But now what I'm seeing, the goods what we are going to receive for this year is coming less for the last year. It should not come with our margin. We cannot be same. No way.
So in terms of policy direction, what do you expect, or what would you like to see this
So the policy expecting, especially what you mentioned before, this Act 200, it will help our people, especially exporters in Nigeria, because some of the time our leather is very good. Our leather, Nigerian leather, is best leather in the world. We get market at all years, whatever. There are no much demand in the market, but people they are looking to buy Nigerian leather because the best leather in the world. But even this rebate, former government they introduced CBN, it helps the exporters because something you can make selling early. Because if you make a margin for the dollar, maybe you can lose some small cent in the selling. We can cover it for the rebate what you get from the government. So this rebate, it will help people, exporters. Me too, I'm benefit of this rebate. I'm very happy, and my business will be expanding because of this rebate. Sure, I'm very happy with it.
So how are you coping with the cost of cost of transportation with the removal of fuel subsidy and inflation as well? How is it affecting the market?
This one, our margin, it will be affected because now the less of the material is here, but our margin is the same as like here. So our overhead remains the same while the capacity will reduce. So we are going to lose some money because even the transportation, the price is very high due for this petrol problem and the gases. And for the other hand, for the salt, last year we buy a bag of salt 50 kg at 6,000 naira, 5,000 I think, 4,000, 5,000. But now we bought it as 10,000 naira, which all the skin you can apply the salt. Each one bag of the salt, it will contain 40 pieces of the skin. So if you see, for my own capacity, I buy 1.5 million pieces this year. How much salt I need? How many ton I will buy? So all this way to affect our business. It will make us lose money because of the high price of all the materials.
Okay, so these hides and skin, they end up in the international market. What about our local industries?
So the local industries will be the same as like us, because whatever you get, even our price is becoming less, even our local people what to advance to produce in Nigeria will become less price. But if everything is coming high price, so it will affect everyone. Local people, international business, all it will be affected.
So, but still, are we not, or shouldn't we consider local production? Because if we tend to produce most of these things from the hides and skin, I think it will help the economy.
Exactly, sure. Now, even my plan now, I starting as importing some machineries. What I want to start making shoes in my company here in Kano. But all of what I'm telling you, it's cost of the demand. So if you make custom, how much it will invest and make shoes in Nigeria, even the government, we need government to support the local terrorists to buy some like boot from police, customs and the other forces. So it will help our factories to continue making production locally. But we will not get this business from the government or from our biggest people. You cannot survive. Whatever make the production, you cannot sell it. How continue make it? You cannot stop. And you see, some of the time we have problem of electricity. You have to make diesel to buy to make production. So if you not get selling, how you can become bankrupt? So you have to for government to intervene of our issue, especially for the meantime. I am planning to starting producing shoes and bags here in Kano.
So what areas particularly would you like to see the government intervene in this? You mentioned cost of energy.
Pardon?
I mean, what areas would you like to see government intervene? Particularly,
yes, exactly.
Because you actually mentioned cost of energy earlier.
Yes, mostly the governments, they do something for the financially. We have National Bank financially well for the people. The banks, they financially, Bank of the we are thank government for this support. But we need support for buying. We need government to intervene, something that can make it locally in Nigeria, like issues what I'm saying before, like for police, for custom, for army. We want to start by locally from our local people. So this one, it will help us to continue boosting our business.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Bashir Muhammad Dankulu. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Let's now see how commodities are trading around the world. Now, with the federal government exploring digital economy to creating more jobs for the teeming youths, experts in the information and communication technology have called on the government to ensure adequate protection for local businesses. Larry Bailey has details.
Digital economy involves economic ventures requiring skills and sales of goods and services to meet specific demands using the internet. One of the renewed Hope Action Plan of President Bola Tinubu is digital economy, with the aim of harnessing the nation's youthful population and ensuring they are gainfully employed.
Before, the only way you could watch this interview is to have a TV, right? But today, you can upload this video on YouTube and people would watch it, right? Now, you uploading it on YouTube, you start having numbers of followers, right? The more followers you have, the more you might be able to generate some income, right? So that is, digital economy.
With federal government's commitment to making the sector one of its focal points, what expansion possibilities would it have for those already exploring it?
It will expand the opportunity of exports, and in which Nigeria will be in line as a country like US, Indians, who are actually taking the opportunity of digital economy to move their youth forward.
So what you notice is that more employment is created because of the ease of doing business.
Collection, analysis, and use of information to deliver goods and services to clients will require some technical know-how and training.
We conduct trainings in all the 6 geopolitical zones. And during the course of the training, we provide them with laptops, about 100 per geopolitical zone.
ICT experts are urging federal governments to invest in mitigating attendant issues associated with digital economy, such as protection of confidential data of persons doing businesses online, cybersecurity to check activities of fraudsters, and environmental concerns.
Oil prices rose after top exporters Saudi Arabia and Russia announced supply cuts for August, prompting prices to bounce off. Early losses spurred by worries about a slowing global economy and possible U.S. interest rate hikes. Saudi Arabia says it will extend its voluntary cut of 1 million barrels per day for another month to include August. Brent crude futures were up 0.6% at $75.84 a barrel. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude rose 0.6% to $71.03 a barrel. Early on Monday, prices were lower after business survey showed global factory activity slump in June as sluggish demand in China and in Europe clouded the outlook for exporters. The Nigerian Exchange Group closed positive at the end of Monday's trading session as investors begin July with bullish sentiments. The all-share index traded 1.61% higher to close at 61,949.24 index points as against 60,968.27 the index points recorded in Friday's trading session. The market capitalization of equities saw a gain of 534 billion naira to close at 33.731 trillion naira, 1.43% higher than the 33.198 trillion naira recorded in the previous trading session. That is a global market update.
Asia-Pacific markets are mixed Tuesday as investors further assessed the Reserve Bank of Australia's decision to hold its rate steady at 4.1%. In Japan, the Nikkei 225 retreated from a new 33-year high recorded on Monday, falling 0.98%. In mainland China, the Shanghai Composite fell fractionally, while Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index bucked the trend and rose 0.62%, led by energy and industrial stocks. European markets opened mixed, with investors in a cautious mood ahead of data releases and the start of second quarter earnings season. The French CAC gained 0.1%, UK's FTSE was up 0.02%, while Germany's DAX declined marginally. Overnight in the US, all three major indices climbed in a shortened trading session ahead of Independence Day this Tuesday. The Nasdaq Composite added 0.21% and the S&P 500 advanced 0.12%. Meanwhile, early figures from African markets point to a positive open, with Tunisia's Stone Index in the lead at 0.06%.
Well, this is where we end this edition of Business Express. We value your feedback, so keep the comments, observations, and suggestions coming. Be informed that all previous episodes are available on YouTube on the NTA's channel. Business Express returns Wednesday at 3 p.m. I'm Musa Abubakari. Enjoy the rest of your day.
The NTA News mobile app, the one-stop information center, real news at your fingertip. Be the first to report by uploading first-hand information on the U-Report link, and be the first to know by simply clicking on any of the links on the sidebar for headlines, domestic and foreign news, economy, security, politics, sports, and more. Stream live on your smartphone and tablets and stay connected. It's pretty easy. Simply download NTA News app from your Google Play Store and you're good to go. NTA News mobile app, your access to real-time information.